All right, welcome back to all four of you guys. Hello, my doggies, and my wife, and the other two of you that watch this channel. Weirdos. In the last video, I set out on an adventure, on an epic journey. Follow me as I go on this epic journey, this adventure, this fall. Yeah, I have no friends. Regardless, I set out to improve the wheels on my suitcase. Well, let's face it, my suitcase, it's cheap, right? Nobody's buying expensive. And I wanted to make mine better, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money. And it's cold outside, it's like 2 degrees. So I figured, what the heckin' heck? Why not just spend way too much time and effort and make these ridiculous videos and come up with a solution that is subpar at best? Which led me to, bam, to this. Nuts missing. One of the dogs ate it or something. I don't know. But the problem with this is it's white. So it sticks out because my suitcase is black. And it doesn't really look that good, you know? So if I were to get caught, caught on camera or in a video while I'm running to my gate, it wouldn't look kick-ass. In addition to all of those things, the wheels that I chose, albeit look great, look super kick-ass, the problem is they don't do well with lateral movements because they're made for quad skates. So as soon as I try to skirt the block, as soon as I try to move the suitcase left or right, or push it forward instead of just dragging it like I'm in 5th grade math class, carrying all those textbooks with those 2 roller wheels on the bottom of the JanSport backpack that only Jenny can afford. Huh? Whatever. It sucks. So, ignoring the complaint box, I am back. Back by unpopular, unwarranted, indifferent, ill-advised demand, because I wanted to fix this.
No! God, please, no! No!
And fix it, I shall. So, that led me to this, the Blackbird, which I think it looks great. And on the suitcase, it looks really good. But it's the same design, so I still had issues with the spinning. And then taking away the inside axle would cause the rubber to hit the bracket. So I needed to keep that, which then led me to ching. Now, ain't this something?
Oh,
would you just
look at
it? I mean,
look at that. Oh.
Would you look at it? It looks very nice. The next step was to throw it on the suitcase right side up.
Huh?
Long story. Watch the other video if you don't get an inside joke for all 12 of us. Threw it on the suitcase, gave it a shot, gave it a whirl, and it did not whirl in turn. And I'm not going to stop there, because if you think that I'm going to let my wife's suitcase be better than mine while I'm dragging around a couple kilos of Colombian Bang Bang, then you are wrong. My friend. So, I got to examining, and I think the next best step was to go ahead and switch from the roll bounce Superfly wheels to Walmart rollerblade wheels for toddlers. So a significant decrease in the width. Now, if you could see, the bottom of the wheel is curved like your typical wheel is, in order to help with maneuvering the wheel shifting from left to right, because there's less friction and, you know, nerd stuff that I don't really quite understand, and I don't really think that any of us really care.
Nope.
We just want to see some kick-ass 3D prints that really don't involve suitcases. Although suitcases are the rage now, you know, that famous like sound from that famous super tall son of somebody who's also super famous and the president of the United States' son. Suitcase.
I like my suitcase.
Right. So after the addition and change of the wheel and the second iteration of design for the bracket itself, I did some more examining because I'm a very examinous analyzer. I'm like meticulous. You cannot get anything by me. I have cat-like analysis. All right, enough with the diatribe. Stop distracting me. I'm trying to make a video here. This thing is strong. It don't need no milk, okay? This thing is strong. And I think it's like overpowered.
It's
how
over
strong it is.
9,000.
I mean, it definitely handles the force of any like suitcase, unless you're dragging around an entire brick oven in your suitcase trying to smuggle that outside of somebody's house. You're gonna be fine, right? So I got to thinking, what if I streamlined the design even more? So instead of having these two spokes, I could design something that's only one, and it'll look even like more minimalist than this, right? Because there also is a lot of unused space, because this initially was designed for the bigger wheel. So look at all that space, right? This is unnecessary. But in addition to that, I'm an engineer, so I have to overcomplicate everything. Introducing Pet G. The box is empty because I only bought one spool and it's upstairs in my printer. So Pet G, for those of you who don't know, is another filament optimal for 3D printing, and it is stronger than PLA. PLA is the filament that I use for this. PLA is the most commonly used 3D printing filament in today's day and age. Arguably the second one is Pet G. PLA was the first iteration of optimal 3D printing, like FDM printer styles, plastics for the... you know what? It doesn't matter. You're not here for that. With Pet G, it's stronger and it's super complicated because it needs to burn at a higher temperature. And there's a lot of stuff that needs to go into how you print it, and I figured it out. So I went ahead and used that in mind when I made my design. There's a drop down that you literally click and you just select Pet G from the drop down. So it took me a while. You already know what time it is. Let's go whip it up on the computer. What? All right, well, they're printed. In that video, if you notice, if you're a meticulous person like I am, if you noticed, I only printed 3 sets of the brackets at once, because if I were to print 4, it would raise a red flag. The Etropian government is watching me, and can't have them finding out, you know, where my printer is stashed. They're really restrictive on the suitcase wheels that we put out here. So,
Are you sure about that?
here we go. Bam.
Oh my.
There it is. Did you just look at it? I mean, sheesh. I went ahead and shrunk the diameter, so giving me more clearance. I went ahead and made the walls even thinner, and there's only one support, right? So now the next step is to mount it and give it a whirl. And a whirl we shall.